It's recording. Welcome, everybody. It's me, your girl, the Teal Empress / High Priestess, better known as Susan. Yeah. So, if this is your first time, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back, family. So, I am a Master Reiki Energy Healer, if this is your first time, as well as a Master Energy Reader, and that's what I do here on my channel. I'm going to kind of slow things down and reintroduce myself, so to speak. Everything, when I hit the record button, everything in a reading is imperative. It's important. Yeah, it's just kind of amazing how it comes together when you just trust. So, that being there, so when I hit record, everything in a reading, sound, color, shape, everything is imperative. And you'll know if it's meant for you. And if you found yourself here, you did not find yourself here randomly. So, yeah. So, this was supposed to be the spiritual conversation for last night, Sunday night. As we see, that didn't work out. And yeah, there was a lot of interference. So let's just jump into this. Let's have this spiritual conversation. And it's going to be, this is going to be from the downloaded messages, the impressions that Spirit's given me throughout before coming to this reading, the signs and symbols. You'll see is I do it this way also to teach you so you can do it on your own. And so, yeah, so first we'll get in those, and then we're going to clarify. I felt the need to bring out the room cards, the Universal Celtic Tarot cards, and the Mystical Shaman. And I haven't shuffled anything. We're going to do everything right here together because there's important messages wanting to come out this time. So first of all, the energy's kind of heavy. All right, so which is totally different than the energy that we came from the last meeting. It was really lighthearted. This is a whole nother shift timeline. This is what's supposed to happen. But, okay. So, yeah, but it's totally different than what we're accustomed to, and I'll get into that. So, I'm going to shuffle these as I'm giving you the channel messages. So, let's just take a deep breath in. Let's take a step back, take a deep breath in. Let's get in one accordance. Holy Spirit, Spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. What do you have for my collective? What's this message that you're trying to get out? Okay, I couldn't even finish because the weight of these cards, I haven't seen them that when I grabbed them. So I asked Holy Spirit, Spirit guides, angels, and ancestors to give clear messages to protect me and my collective, and just give me the strength to get these messages across clearly, because all day, and I wouldn't say all day, it's been happening for a couple of days. Like my speech wants to come out backwards. This is all part of being an energy reader, and I'll pick up the energy. So yeah, things seem like they're going backwards, but you just pause. You don't get stampede. You pause and you move forward. All right, and that's how you're going to continue this. So for the last couple of days, what's been brought to Cindy as an energy reader, and this will help for those of y'all that are, help you resonate, and for those of you who aren't, I mean, you just, unless you experience, you can't understand. So I mean, no pun intended. But as an energy reader, I feel so deeply. Like if I see something, I feel it. It's hard to explain. Like I literally feel it. So I'm going the last couple days as I'm like opening my Facebook, and this is from just regular, like for instance, this came from West Tennessee Classifieds. This what this video popped up. It was a video of a pit bull attacking a horse. Now the horse was, um, you know, all suited up, couldn't do nothing. Had whatever you call those on. He was carrying his cart. So as this pit bull was attacking him, yeah, this pit bull jumped up and this is a Mustang, a strong, nothing but muscle animal horse, and it grabbed it by its throat, and because the horse was contained and couldn't defend itself, this little beast was able to literally take this horse down. Horrible. So now, the very next day on my news feed, now naturally I watched it after this time, the same, since they classified, popped up, but the video was it was a group of lioness attacking this lion. Yeah. Now, both of these that came into my vision were not normal. All right. This was, we say not normal because do we spirit say, because what we perceive as what nature is, we would think that's not normal, but at any point, if no matter how big you are or how you imagine this family should stay together, that'd be the natural thing. If someone is held down, if they are wounded, because this lion was wounded already, and yeah, so I couldn't finish watching, but the lion was already wounded, and there was like 4 or 5 lioness around, like just taking turns biting at him, and it wasn't right. It didn't seem right. Wasn't nothing about it natural, at all. Not to me. It just was not natural. Even with the pit bull attacking this horse, there was nothing natural about that horse not being able to defend himself. So with that, another thing, like for instance, there was another, synchronicity came into play here with today, for instance, like things are happening that should not happen. There's no cause for. Just like those say, for instance, this is just my personal life. Like I'm stuttering, like this message does not want to get out, but I'm determined to get it out. It's a heavy message for sure, and it's going sideways compared to what we would think normal. I think that's why it keeps wanting to get crossed. Like subconsciously I know which way to go, but instinct is our spirit's going a different way. We know better. Okay, so all that's imperative. So yeah, so what happened today in my life? Like for instance, I got this message on my phone saying that there was a check being returned. I don't even own checks, so I called like, how could you return something? Like it was just crazy. Anyhow, so things that could not possibly should not happen have happened. It had to make some adjustments, you had to make things right. So, yeah. So there's a lot of things at this time, collective, that need to be made right. And with all this, all that, what I get before we get into, the biggest message I get is you can no longer, as a collective energy, you cannot, your kindness is being taken for weakness. Yes. And when you are covered by work, um, and you can't defend yourself, it's time to really step away from the sheep, I'm hearing, because you're a lion. Okay? So, I mean, alright. I feel like for so long, what I'm getting from that is you were able to go along with the herd. You, that was your flock, that was your group, but you're no longer going to appease and be, I feel like there needs to be a war come out. Not a war, but a roar. Rah. Yes, I feel like that your kindness, because it's our nature. If you're watching this if you're on this mission, it's our nature to, and it is the strongest nature to give love in spite to everyone, like to everyone. But you will be seen as a weakness, and it's time for Spirit said it's time for you to. You're not part of the sheep. It's not the Spirit wants you to not be kind, not be loving, but there is it's time for that. There's that emperor that's coming out. It's time for law and order for you to. It's time for a different tone. It's time for you to step away from. Being humble is a beautiful thing, but not at the expense of yourself. Okay. All right. So I feel like I'm giving opinions here, so I want to just stop right there because that is my opinion. I was going into my opinion, so I know I was. Let's just go with the message. So, the first rune card I pulled is Hagalas. 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 Yeah, you better hang on. There, those tornadoes. And the second one is Pedro. So, yeah, so I feel like during the midst of this, feel like you're going backwards in the midst of this storm where where everyone's umbrella, ultimately you would be left alone. And this storm's coming through to show you, something up. We know about that, but it's time to be silent as far as being everyone's umbrella in their time of the storm. Yeah. I feel like it's time for you to really embrace and being seen, because he's not in. He's out in the open on the outside of the city. He is out. He's got his yellow shoes on. He is very secure. He's got his cat. He's got his companion, spirit guide, his animal. My dog's my best friend. Same thing. He's got everything he needs, and it's time for you to I feel like he's like on a high. I see like above, like he's like, like those gardens on top of buildings. Yeah, because he's almost like eye level with that mountain on the other side. Yeah, so I feel like it's time for you to rise high in your power. You've been silent. It's time for you to, yeah, I know I've been feeling this heavy energy. Okay, so we're going to go with the Oracle. I just hear no more this Mr. Nice Guy. because that Mr. Nice Guy, keep looking over here, is going to, I mean, you're still going to be out there, standing on top like, this is nuts. You should have been gone, protect yourself, but you're only there, you're looking for others, right? I mean, that's, you're sitting beat up, you're looking for others, like, no. I feel like you've always been that person in a storm for others. Rising high. Carrying their chaos. Like you, this is what I'm saying, like, someone comes to you with their problems and you feel like you honestly want to fix it and help them for them, and you do, but you taking on their storm. No, it's time for you to speak up, not be silent. This is, it's divine timing, okay? That coyote, and it was coming reversed. Okay, so this is no more lone wolf. Alright, this is the coyote who's coming out, who is number 12. Like I said, the coyote is a hunter, a predator, a tracker. A coyote is that a lion in his mouth? Look at that. This is unnatural. That's not, I mean, look at that. Let it focus. Let your words speak up loud. Your tone, stop being this. Yeah, it's time to use that tone of authority. It's time to be a predator, to hunt for what you want, for what you need to survive, for what you've been guided to essentially go after. And I feel like this coyote is like the wolf is like the lone wolf, but the coyote, this is like the leader. Like, this is keen instinct. And look, he's got all kind of trophies to tell of too. The feather, like he's got different. He's had different things in his mouth. He's got so much wisdom that it's time to hunt down what you want. Yeah. And this is verse 2, the smoky mirror. There's no more smoky mirrors being the one behind it all. Because that's what you were supposed to do. You were at that time. Because, and this is verse, because you were gaining all that wisdom. You knew you were enlightened. You could see Father. Then your sheep, your flock. And so you didn't want to, I mean, you humbled yourself. And, you know, you didn't want to shine your light too bright because, I mean, you had to be able to be a part of as above, so below. But now it's time to, no more smoky mirrors. Okay. This is for someone who has, I feel like, you know, it is just, you come from that heart space because you can feel, because you know, you know, that's good medicine, but No, it's time for you to... This is predatory instinct. This is speaking up. Nine of Swords. This is anxiety. This is someone trying to mess up your sleep in your dream state. But you're protected. Just know that. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, even though you can't see exactly where you're going, you can feel. You've got these senses, your psychic senses. Even though things don't look as like it should, you're blindfolded. Things aren't acting the way it should. Nature's not as it ought. But you can feel your way through. You can sense your way through. And this is going to lead you to abundance. To what you know. To your pentacles. To what you value. To purity. To your patch. Ten of Swords. Yeah. Because otherwise this is where if you don't use your senses, God-given senses, really tune in. If not, you'll follow the herd, and this is where you'll be tied up with all those swords, those people that tall, that their way, whatever. This that's where it's going to end you up. Abandoned, cold, tied up. This is really a time for you to hone in on your senses. Queen of Pentacles. This is someone who is, wow. All right, you see, he's trying to find something blindfolded. He's going to feel his way. He knows he's on the right track. Someone's watching you. What you're looking for is seeing you. You say, because she's just right outside. Like she's in this garden, just waiting on him. It ain't going to be long until he's going to be crawling up there. She's got something for him. This is from the fairies as well. This is magical. This is, look how big that pentacle is. These right here, this little patch right here, it's just the beginning. It's going to lead him up to this by following you, collective, by following your senses. Things aren't the way they should be at this time. Spirit saying, do not be led astray by what you think things should be. All right, ought to be. All right. It's time to use your senses. This is what's going to lead you here. Okay. Last one. Two of Wands. This is someone who is making decisions, working on something, balancing things out. A decision being made. I feel like she's making her own and putting something that was once larger than life, burning it up, and she's making something brand new out of a piece of a whole. There's just one, and there's a whole bunch of other dolls or whatever in there. And the string right there is still attached. She's pulling that out. She's fixing to clean some shit out. Ultimately, this is, your passion is going to lead you to pulling things out of the bag and tearing apart this thread and really mending things and burn, baby, burn. Wow. And as you do that, this is what you got to look forward to. Eight of Pentacles. That's you know, was the leprechaun. You know, he's working on some Eight of Pentacles. This is investment steady. Leprechaun, you know, the fairies, they're all working on something. And guess what? I know you're gonna find your way. Yeah. As you manifest whatever's on this bag. Yeah, that's what's awaiting. You gotta go after and fix and pull some things apart, but you've got to do it. It's time. You're on fire. This is your time. Don't let it burn out. It's just beginning. I'm sending you so much love and light. Yeah, that's what I got for you. That was pretty intense. Spirit ain't playing. There's a protection going on, trying to protect you from going in the same ways what you think things should be. This is how things always was, so this is how it's going to turn out. It's not at this time. Stand back, observe. Yeah, clear-minded. All right.